It's been said that there are more people alive today on the planet than have ever died. I'm going to repeat that. There are more people alive on the earth today than have ever died. And of all those billions and billions of people, you are the only ones invited here tonight. I want to start by thanking all of Sydney's friends for coming for this special event tonight. I want to thank both of Andrew's friends for being here. I've just been informed that one of them couldn't make it. He had to take a nap. Several years ago, I was in a small group of men, and I'd like for Steve Leone to stand up because you're the target here. Come on, stand up. After our small group that evening, Steve and I were standing out in the parking lot talking, and I said, "Is it a good thing that all three of my daughters have turned out to be better people than me?" He said, "Yes, it is a good thing, but you haven't set the bar very high." I want to thank you for that, Steve. No. The first time that I saw Andrew, it was a warm summer morning in 2012. I was sitting at the breakfast table when the doorbell rang. Having raised three daughters, I was accustomed to a rush of footsteps down the stairs as they hurried to see which friend was there to visit. This time, however, there was only silence, so I went to answer the door. As I passed the staircase, I heard Sydney's frantic voice from above. "Dad, don't let him in." And I thought, why would I let in the college kid that's selling magazine subscriptions? So I turned to her and not sure exactly what was happening. I said, "As you wish." When I turned toward the door, I could see through the glass that someone had leaned a broomstick against the door. So as I opened the door, I got ready to catch the broomstick, but I realized it wasn't a broomstick after all. It was Andrew. All 6'5", 100 pounds of it. Instantly, I understood why Sydney was so anxious. In his right hand, Andrew was brandishing a fearsome-looking, fully automatic Nerf gun. He said, "Can I come in?" I said, "Excuse me?" And he responded with something along the lines of, "Sir, may I enter your abode and kill your daughter?" I said, "No, not today. But if you'd been here last Thursday, you might have gotten a more favorable response." I have to pause at this part to say that unlike her two older sisters, there was never a time I wanted to kill Sydney. Without giving any details, I'll just say the two older sisters were challenging. Sydney, however, as described by Tristan, she's the good one. Now, back to that fateful day in 2012. I watched as the broomstick assassin retreated down the stairs, out the driveway, and up the road to his getaway car, which he had concealed at the end of the street. Now, lest you get the picture in your mind of James Bond's silver convertible Aston Martin, it was actually a gray 20-year-old Buick on loan from Louisiana. As he pulled away with little puffs of smoke emanating from the tailpipe, I was fairly certain I could have run him down on foot had it been necessary. Once I was sure there was no further threat to my daughter's well-being, I put another notch in my dad belt for having saved her, and in return to my Krispy Kremes. That evening at dinner, Sydney informed us that a Nerf war was going on in their youth group at church. Each person was given the name of an individual who was their target. Once they had eliminated their target, they would get the name of their target's target, and the game continued until only one assassin remained. She regaled us with Nerf stories, stories of ambushes at people's homes, 7 unexpected slayings, and public executions in restaurant booths. I'm not sure what morals it taught the church kids, but I loved it. Sydney informed us that there were safe spaces, such as a school and inside the church building, so somebody could be ambushed in the church parking lot, but they must be eliminated prior to enter the building. That next Sunday morning, we planned our military strategy for getting her into the church safely. We decided that we would practice our plan as we left the house so we'd be fully prepared for the treacherous disembarking once we were in the church parking lot. As we exited the front door of our home, I placed Diana in the point position. This was for 3 reasons. 1, she has better eyes than I do. 2, she's a smaller target. And 3, I didn't want to die that morning. Next came the asset. Sydney would be between us as I took up my position protecting her 6, and we departed the house. As Diana descended the porch stairs and I turned to lock the door behind me, there was a sudden explosion of noise through the bushes. Andrew had been hiding under the porch. Inconceivable, I thought. And before I could react, I watched as Andrew shot and killed my dog. Sydney turned and looked at me with a, "You didn't protect me" look. She then looked at Andrew and objected, "You didn't get me." With a sly smile on his face, he indicated that indeed he had. Then, like a warm summer breeze, Andrew was gone. The only evidence of his misdeed, the corpse of my daughter lying before me, and little puffs of smoke as he drove away. I immediately scooped up her lifeless body and placed it into our vehicle as we quickly drove to the church and hoped upon hope that she was only mostly dead. Fortunately, that morning was scheduled as a healing service. Sydney was returned to the land of the living, and she has done well to this day. The Bible says that marriage is a picture of Jesus and his bride, the church. Today, Sydney is marrying Andrew because she thinks he walks on water. In a few years, she'll wish he would use some water to do the laundry. Marriage is about growing together and falling apart together. Through the first few decades, you'll become one. You'll spend so much time together that you'll read each other's minds and learn to finish each other's sentences. "Honey, would you make your own sandwich?" Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You read my mind, babe.
Oh my God.
Just as we prayed for Tristan to find Jesse and Chelsea to find Eric, we prayed for Sydney since she was a very little girl to find a man such as Andrew. Over the next several decades, we'll allow Jesse, Eric, and Andrew to discuss whether the trend is going up or the trend is going down. I've discovered that there's a significant pattern being continued today. Diana and I were married in 1979, Ed and Sheila married in 1989, and this is 2019. So it appears that years ending in 9 are special. In September, Diana and I will celebrate 40 years together. In November, Ed and Sheila will celebrate 30 years together, and you two have been married for about an hour. We want to officially welcome you, Andrew, to the Bradley clan, as well as Ed and Sheila as in-laws-in-law, or co-parents-in-law, or whatever the sanctioned connection is between in-law parents. I think it's best to simply say, you and Elena are our friends, and we are honored to be in the family with you. Thank you, Ed and Sheila, for raising your son to fear the Lord, to be a man of integrity, and to love our daughter. Andrew, from the first man who ever held Sydney in his arms, to the man who will forever hold her in his, it is immeasurable to know that she will be as loved in marriage as she was while living in our household. As a gesture of how we feel about you joining the Bradley family, Diana and I would like to convey our deepest feelings. For killing our daughter.